This is Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. We're here on PlayStation 5 Pro. The video is sponsored by Captain Blood. Yar. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is a new entry in the Yakuza franchise under the Like a Dragon branding. This is a PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced Yakuza offering, which is quite exciting if you want a bit of a visual bump, as to say. As the technology evolves, these games get crazier, and you become a captain. A pirate captain in the modern era. It's a ridiculous, over-the-top, modern-day pirate adventure, where you're playing an ex-yakuza dude, a best pal for Hiro, Goro Majima, a man who has lost his memory and is now reinventing himself upon the open sea. Crazy, right? Seriously, like, just wild. So obviously this is a pretty well-known character if you've played the various dozen or so Yakuza games that exist. And he's got a whole pirate adventure. Why? I don't know. Developers thought it would be fun to make a pirate Yakuza game and place it around Hawaii. And you are shipwrecked, so you are on the hunt not only for your lost memories, but also legendary treasure. And you know what else is fun? Captain Blood. Arr! Today's sponsor for the video is a retro hack and slash pirate game from the 2000s era of video games. It's an experience that was long thought lost to the ether of gaming, developed originally for Xbox and PC, then the 360, to disappear until now. And if you find this bloody, intense, action-packed hack and slash thrilling, you can check out the demo on Steam right away, or you could prepare to wishlist it on Steam as well, with its release date as May 6th, 2025, available for PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Again, wishlisted on Steam today. Cutthroat criminals, modern-day pirates, scoundrels, weird people to come across. You've got a tiger creature thing. It's got gardening and animal husbandry? And it's got weird mini games, like a cooking mini game. Like I literally did a whole game where you like sit there, you heat the fire, you chop up the food, and it's like cooking Mama Yakuza. And that's just like a little part of this. These games are getting ridiculous, and I love it. So you create a crew of pirates, and you sail the seven seas, cannon fighting, regular fighting. We'll show off the combat in a sec here. It's getting ready for it. And, yeah, it's a little ridiculous. It definitely, genuinely is. They've, put together something a little wild and a little creative here. And yeah, genuinely am into what this is. I mean, the Yakuza games, they're pretty well known for being spectacular, detailed, filled to the brim with crazy moments and action. They can be a little difficult, too. Like, this is, like, the ending of Tutorial Island, I guess you would say. So yeah, and he's got the nimble movements of like basically being Spider-Man. It's kind of wild. Like this guy is terrifying. He's got he's got very strong strength, and he kills you really quickly and you don't even see it. Haha. You're too tough, Keith. You're too tough. So, like I was saying, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced. So it's a 4K resolution, but what it is it's temporally scaled from 1440p, and it's 60 FPS, and there's HDR support, and the game looks fantastic and runs incredibly well, and is very visually detailed, as you would expect. And it's got like a really cool sort of aesthetic going on. So like traditionally, you know, these games, the Yakuza games, I think they're pretty good, but they mostly take place in, you know, back streets, weird crowded places, even the Judgment spin-off series, which is fantastic, you should play, by the way. You know, they've all got like little different styles and locales, and like obviously this one is kind of leaning off of the most recent entry in the franchise, which obviously took it to a bit more of a vacation type place. But it's neat here because this is very much a vibrant, colorful, beachy aesthetic. They take these Yakuza games everywhere, and you know, they're pretty fun. Oh, and there's an obsession with food in these games. They love having very detailed food that you can enjoy. I should mention that you can also switch the language to English, like I have it here set, but you can play it with, I guess, the traditional Japanese, which is what I typically do when I play Yakuza games, but I assume since this is a spin-off and it's a little different, that it's fine to kind of play with the English voices, and I think they do a fine job with the voice integrations on this one, which is great for those wanting to just kind of hear the adventure other than reading subtitles, which is normally what I do, because when I'm playing a hero-driven game, I have to have that. But like if it's other characters, it's like, who cares? Fried a bat?
I assure you it's quite fresh.
So there's a lot of cinematics in these games. Like I said, it's very very narrative driven. These experiences, the Yakuza games, are meant to be kind of enjoyed as like they're very dramatic. They are dripping with drama. They're a little bit more action focused, I guess, a little bit now, but you know, as a traditional sense, this franchise is like these are very stoic individuals that have very specific codes that they kind of follow by, and there's crazy bosses that you deal with, and usually 4 billion naming convention things pop up. It's kind of a common joke in gaming, where it's sort of like it stops when there's a guy, and then it'll just like and it'll have like a text scroll up on the screen, and it'll be like blah 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 of the blah 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 clan, and that's a whole thing in the Yakuza games, and yeah, it's kind of entertaining. It's certainly a neat twist to it. I think it looks fantastic here on the Pro. It really genuinely does visually. They do some wild stuff in this series. I think we'll be in space eventually. I'm not even kidding. Like there was that one where it's like it was like old school Japan, and then there was, I guess there was a zombie one. People let me know recently that there was a zombie entry. That was a long time ago, I guess, and it's kind of weird. But the Judgment series in particular is like my favorite sort of series. Like I actually think Judgment's like the best entry in of Yakuza games. I love Judgment so much, and then there's Lost Judgment that follows that one, and you know, those are Yakuza adjacent, and then we've got the Like a Dragon series, which is kind of building off of the last of the mainline, like kind of Yakuza mainline titlings, and they all have their different quirks and personalities, and they all do something a little bit different. It's just cool that this one is like a modern day pirate adventure, because that is genuinely not something you see at all. Like, we've got a limited selection of pirate games out there, and I do believe there should be more pirate games, because there just aren't too many of them. Especially when we get a pirate game and they're, the quality varies a bit. This one's really good. Like a Dragon, obviously, because it's a Yakuza title. Just gonna go ahead and skip into more of the gameplay and stuff like that. Ships cooked Mazaru Fajita. I don't think I have the thing to fight you, do I? Do I have the, is there anything I can hit you with? Or how much, like, health do you have? Because I'm already down half health. Okay, do I have inventory? That's not gonna fill me very much. I'm glad I have this hot dog. Upgrade abilities. Yeah, well, this would have been helpful. So you're telling me for $5 I can upgrade my skills just like this? You know, I swear it's usually a little bit more complex than this, isn't it? The building up your skills. Okay, well, this guy, you were totaled. But, you know, the game also does have, like, numerous settings. I do want to kind of get that across, like, save settings here. So, like, there are difficulty settings. Like, I do believe these games, in the modern era, they are fine enough to play on normal, but I just really want to get across that there is no shame in playing these on, like, easy or something to just enjoy the games, because that is an issue I have. There's the HDR settings. That is an issue I have with, like, this is where you would change the display, or like the language and stuff, and Yeah, audio language, you change Japanese, English, Chinese. But that is something that I've had problems with in like earlier Yakuza games. Is they can be really grueling, and that was something where it's like I think for trying to enjoy them, I really don't think there's any shame at all in these franchises, just so that you can actually have fun and play them and experience these stories. I clicked the wrong button. I deserve that. I pressed... Well, honestly, like the controller I use, I don't even have like shapes on my buttons. They're just like, they're all gold, but yeah, kind of hilarious. Ah! Get him, team! This is so ridiculous. You hop around like you're Spider-Man, you move so fast. It's a little over the top. Like, and this franchise is not known for being subtle. It was a lot more grounded back in the day, but it's definitely not a series that I would say is a grounded, easygoing thing. I mean, you're a guy. You were a Yakuza, you wake up on a beach in Hawaii, and you get saved by like a kid with like a tiger. And then you become a ship, like a pirate captain. And you do pirate adventures, like it's Assassin's Creed Black Flag or something. And you're just a pirate. Oh, how could you? Just get the tiger! But yeah, you run like a pen too with animals. I have like a chicken, and you like feed them with like pet food, and they give you stuff. And you grow like a garden, and it's like got some really intense stuff. Oh, and there's like retro arcade games too that you can like. You got like a little game machine, and you play like old school Sega stuff, which is pretty spectacular. Oh.
Hey, Masaru, get the hell up.
He's out, man.
On your feet, you swill servant oaf.
He's got a concussion.
Captain, hang on. What did you just call me? Just get up. Make sure our Yakuza friend doesn't so much as flinch.
I don't even think he can walk, can he? Oh, okay, he's taking me down.
You hear that? Wouldn't take more than a flick to slit the kid's throat.
That's a child.
Give me the wrong idea.
Well, they are pirates, I guess, right?
What might happen?
So yeah, anyways, unable to remember his own name, he sets sail in search of clues of his lost memories, accompanied by a boy named Noah. And then you get caught in the mess of a situation where you have to figure out what's going on. You start off in an island in the Pacific, which is where we're boarded, and you go off and have wild pirate times. Also, I love the artwork for this game. It's fantastic.
Just shut up and keep that mutt pin.
Not the child!
Like you said before, tit for tat. Gotta repay the whoopings he doled out to the crew. But Captain, he's just a kid. The hell
He's a child.
Put your goddamn blubber in. Goes for you too. Keep your mouth shut.
He sees the pain in that child's eyes, and he determines that he needs to become part of my crew. The best pirate crew.
Ah, what the? I could tolerate you being a scummy small-timer well enough. Frankly, I'm no better. But you'd really stoop so low as to hurt a kid?
That's what I'm saying, is these games are very... Like, I kind of like it too, because it's like that old school kind of like the righteous way to do things and stuff. It's so dramatic, these games, especially those older few, like the first few Yakuza games. They're so dramatic. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and skip to the next part here. Jack the Collector, he's got a gun! And I've got like low health, so I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off. Do I have any health left? I should have made like a save point too. You manually... there's autosaves, but then there's also like manual saves. Good thing I've got this fried Vegeta. Okay, max health. I don't have the money to buy any upgrades. And there's all these like abilities you can buy. It's kind of cool, because yeah, so basically you'll like... sort of esque old school JRPGs. Final Fantasy, like, you'll go and there'll be like groups of guys to fight on the island or different places you go, and you will basically, I guess you would say, find them, run up to them, beat them up, and then you get cash that way, and you can use the cash to kind of like level up and become stronger. And there's different like combo moves too and stuff. And this game, it's like, wow. See, it's so utterly ridiculous. I love it, and they're just, these games are long. They're genuinely long games. Like, if you've never played one of these, expect, I don't even know if I give a good estimate on this. Like, just main story, it's even, like, probably well over, like, 20 hours or so. Just, like, main narrative, kind of, like, trying to be quick about it. You certainly, you get your value out of the Yakuza games every single step of the way, and I think that's great. Ow! Ugh. Okay, well, this guy is actually kind of tough. Should probably use my evasion a little bit better. Yeah, there's all these like aerial abilities you have. That's what I say, like you jump around like you're Spider-Man. It's kind of wild. I could have had my surprise attack there, but I kind of messed up on that. Trying to unlock my energy gauge, but I keep missing the prompt for it. I think I got this guy regardless. They can be kind of tough, these games, seriously. They're already easier now, though. I will definitely, balancing wise, I think they've made themselves a lot more accessible and stuff, which is good, so people can play these. Because, oh, some of those boss guys, those original Yakuza games, even the Kiwamis, oh, rough. And if you are looking for a recommendation, you kind of start with Yakuza 0, and you make your way through the several games afterwards. And then you can dive into fun spin-offs, too. I do think it's a little bit more approachable, this game, if you never played the series either, because it is something that kind of basically starts from its own prompted narrative. If you can buy into a Yakuza guy that just washed up on a beach, doesn't remember anything, and wants to become a pirate.
So whoever's gonna be captain next, here.
There isn't really a set line of succession.
And that's me taking over. I gotta say, like, the character models, like, so much of the Yakuza series was always visually impressive, especially with the relaunch with the Kiwamis. Even the older games were, too. But, like, just the quality improvements we've seen over the year in this franchise, many years instead of year, but it's incredible.
Oh, did you hear that, mister? That rules!
I'm a captain!
Be the captain!
Hey, Masaru, you sure you're in a position to make that call?
Let's beat all these guys up.
Captain just comes back.
Well, if that happens, we tell him he's been replaced, right? Then we kick him off the ship.
I suppose that makes sense. It wasn't particularly popular around here.
What's with these guys in the modern era being on like an old school pirate ship? Could you imagine seeing that?
You're the new captain.
I'm the captain now. Put on the hat!
Captain, huh?
Captain Majima! Oh! That's the laugh I was looking for.
Half bad. All right, listen up, swabbies. I ain't half-assing this shit, and your captain will expect you to do the same.
Yeah, you can count on us.
This is spectacular.
Give us good booze and pretty women, you'll have a loyal crew.
Hey, mister. Getting to be captain's cool, but what'll you do if your memory comes back?
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. And if it never happens, well, I might as well keep it the pirate business. Either way, Yakuza and pirates ain't that different from one another in the first place.
Really? Did you imagine going back to like the original Yakuza games and being like, someday you're gonna get a pirate entry in the franchise? You'd be like, what? Alright, let's get a little bit going on here. My smartphone's now available. I got CDs. Yeah, he's got the proper... He really rocks the pirate outfit, I will say that.
Yeah.
Look at me go, I'm the pirate now. A pirate lord. Now I've got a camera and everything. Oh, this is spectacular. No, I think they kind of nailed this. Really, they did a great job, and this is gonna be a genuinely fun pirate adventure for those that want to go on it. It's so distinctly unique and so different, and truly on brand with Yakuza and what this series has to offer. I will say that for sure.
Well,